A match made at 80 kilograms, 12 two-minute rounds. Rick Roufus defending against Ernesto Hoost. Hoost, tall, wearing the red pants. But you saw the eyeball from Roufus prior to the start of this. Well, that was a stumble as much as anything. No big deal. And they've both got some decent names on their records. I'll get to that later. 3 judges have been appointed for this match. Nice bodied shot from Roufus. And you'd imagine that Ernesto Hoost would have at least an edge with his feet. They are longer. Oops, and an attempted heel kick just sends Roufus to the floor. You can see Rick Roufus boxing as a southpaw, but you often find kickboxers switch around. And neither man using their full complement of skills so far in this opener. Just taking a look at each other. Ooh, very impressive. Bell's gone to end the first, and Roufus has taken that one. And this man, Ernesto Hoost, a former football player when he was a kid, and a pretty good one by all accounts. Won his first kickboxing fight by a knockout. And actually has some wins over the very famous guys from the Majiro gym, the home base of Rob Cameron, the legendary Dutchman. Way back in '86, Hoost was pitted into the A class and had a couple of setbacks. He lost to Thierry of Canada for the ISKA title. Well, once again, this rather officious referee. Well, another one, I should say, but still, nonetheless, rather officious. And also lost to Rob Cameron for the WKA title in '87. Lost on points, though, and actually acquitted himself quite well. Came in as a substitute for Cameron's original opponent, who was injured. First won his European Championship. He beat Coremans in '88. That was for the Thai Boxing European Championship. Added the ISKA title. A month later, beat Lasson on a knockout. And then added the, rather ironically, the Savate Championship. He beat Postel of France for the European Savate title. And then he went one better and added the WKA European Championship. So in fact became the only man to hold 4 European Championships at the same time. And that really does make a measure of the ruling bodies. You can call yourself European champion, but the sad thing is you've got to have about 35 initials after your name. Slightly quieter round from Roufus now. The American wearing the stars and stripes. Well, slightly better round there for Hoost, and I think he's possibly levelled that one. And Ernesto Hoost won his Savate World Championship in '89. He beat Ducros on points in France. He then was beaten by a first-round knockout over Rob Cameron. Beaten by Rob Cameron, I should say, in the first round for the Thai title. But then beat Wessels from Holland on points. So some very decent names for you to conjure with there on the record of Ernesto Hoost. This is round 3 of a scheduled 12, and there's not going to be too much in this at any time, I don't think. And Rick Roufus can claim a record of 36 wins and just 1 loss. And that 1 loss, funny enough, was against Marek Piotrowski in Chicago, Illinois. He lost on a unanimous decision 3 years ago and hasn't made the same mistake since, of course. Been a champion like Hoost since 1986 in one form or another. Well, that's unfortunate that Roufus should take that low kick. And they've just taken a point away from Hoost. And they're got to give Roufus time to recover. You can tell straight away that as soon as he did it that Hoost realised he shouldn't have done. And also Rick Roufus holds a win over Kevin Whaley L, who's a pretty decent rated fighter at light heavy in America at the moment in professional boxing. And that was a world championship win as well. He won the FFKA light middleweight title, whatever that is. I don't really care. But he beat Whaley out on a unanimous decision. Well, that's the 3rd finished, and no doubt that Roufus will get that by default if nothing else. And the only man to have beaten him was actually beaten last year in June. Roufus turned over that former loss to Marek Piotrowski once again in Chicago, and he knocked out Piotrowski in the 2nd round, having previously lost on points. And in fact, that championship that he beat Piotrowski for, the ISKA and the PKC, that he's defending here tonight. Ernesto Hoost sure to make the most of this, wants to watch those kicks in the illegal area. Hoost 27 years of age now, Roufus 2 years younger. Both men scaled 80 kilograms, exactly on the limit for this match. Well, now Roufus looking to put some real meat behind those punches. But I'd like to see Hoost use his feet more effectively. This is a 12-round contest, a long way to go yet. And these good side kicks now from Hoost coming into the body of Roufus. And they will take their toll as this one wears on. Well, the punching coming from Roufus in this 4th round, but Hoost hasn't done too badly at long range. And the referee at the moment doing a good impression of Manuel, the waiter from Fawlty Towers. Just watch him. Funny character. His name is Jimmy Barletta, and he's a Belgian, which might explain it. Well, fourth round finished, and really, once again, not too easy to pick between them there. But I've still got Roufus a couple of rounds in front, 1 and 3, with 2 and 4 level. But there's a lot to play for here, and there is Roufus' World Championship at stake. And this is going to get very interesting as it wears on.
If you want a really up-to-date TV, you should make the sound visible and make the controls invisible. Inside a great shape, you should put the latest technology. But if you want even more TV for your money, make your life easier with the very latest from one of the world's greatest manufacturers. Samsung. Technology that works for life.
The races, the results, the action, the speed. From slalom to downhill skiing, a complete roundup from the ski slopes with the Ford Ski Report. Relive the great moments of the World Cups with analysis, reports and commentaries. All the latest news from the skiing world here on Eurosport. The Ford Ski Report is brought to you on Eurosport by Ford Motor Company. The Ford Ski Report, Thursday, 7 p.m, here on Eurosport.
So, 4 rounds gone, 8 to go in this match. And I've got Roufus in front by a couple of rounds. And it's ironic that, in fact, it's not ironic, it's rather interesting that Hoost is regarded as a tactical fighter. He has a strategy, he sticks to it, and he's been trained by Johan Vos since '87. He's been with Vos now for 5 years, and it was in fact Johan Vos that took Hoost to all those championships I mentioned earlier. Don't forget, he's world Thai, kick and Savate champion. Nice left hand from Roufus. And it's rather strange that an American should be defending his world title against a Dutchman in France. Well, if you're not a fan of kickboxing, nice spinning back kick from Roufus there, well executed. Oh, and look at this double scissor there. And if you're not into this kickboxing at all, just watch the referee, he'll give you a few laughs. Something straight out of Fawlty Towers, this ref. Jimmy Barletta is the name, might have his own series one day. And again, spinning back kick from Roufus, landed in the stomach of Hoost. And I must admit, the referee's cracking me up. A lovely move there from Roufus. Very acrobatic. Quite easy to do, of course, if you can do it, that is, in the early stages. But fatigue sets in towards the end, and that's probably the best round so far of the fight for Roufus. Good shot. And the heel landed on the neck of Ernesto Hoost. Round 6 then. Rick Roufus from the USA, defending his world titles against Ernesto Hoost from the Netherlands. Oh, nice left hand from Roufus. Oh, and look at that. Well, Hoost was caught off balance then. He got a whack, but he just went to throw a kick and just unseated himself. And I think Hoost that might just be the victim of a bit of hype here. Roufus, of course, very good, very experienced at a high level. So, of course, is Hoost, but I think Hoost respects Roufus a bit more than he should, showing him just a bit too much respect. Said before, though, he's got a game plan, and he will stick to it. Well, connected there with the shin to the thigh of Roufus, and the referee didn't like it, and Roufus didn't either. Well, they've taken a point away now from Hoost, and that could really set him back. It's the half-point system they use over here. The winner of the round gets a full 10, and the loser a proportionate amount less, normally 9.5. Well, Roufus, they're almost asking for trouble. Lovely roundhouse from Hoost to the head. Well, this one's caught fire now. And Hoost thinks he's being victimised by the referee. And some would probably agree with that. It wasn't a bad round. Probably, it's hard to pick. I'm going to give it to Hoost anyway. So Rick the Jet Roufus had one of his engines slightly damaged there in round 6. Halfway stage in round 7. And I love this referee. Here we go then, round 7. Oops, and a stumble, a slip from Roufus. And I must admit, Roufus is looking a bit tired at this point. And that's rather surprising. One round the back, but Roufus turned into that one. Well, Hoost now has stepped up the pace. He's going to try and be the aggressor from this halfway point. I've got him a few rounds behind, but quite capable of pulling that back. The American there trying to dummy the Dutchman, looking down to the body and then going straight up to the head. Nice kicking coming in from Hoost. Good right to the head also from Ernesto. Well, that is Hoost's round. The best one he's had so far. And Roufus just wasn't able to do the things he'd been doing in the earlier rounds. One is, of course, these tactics of Hoost are starting to go to play now. And, of course, Roufus is starting to feel the pace a bit. Has had one, if not 2, point deductions so far for illegal kicks. And while I'm at it, I might as well tell you about the 3 judges. Mark Sayer from the USA, Yves Dalbo from Belgium, and Olivier Muller from Switzerland. And this referee, Jimmy Barletta, the Belgian, does not score. And that might just be just as well. He scores with me, though, because I've rarely seen a funnier sight from a referee. Now Hoost working to his plan. And that's just to stay with Roufus over the first half of the fight, then start going to work. Ooh, and a slip once again from Roufus, and that does happen time and again on this canvas. They get on one of those painted adverts and down they go. Nice spinning back kicking, close from Roufus, not too easy to land. Well, that's better. Although it ended with Roufus on the floor, that was a better delivery from Roufus. And there wasn't too much in the round. Possibly Roufus has got it. We've got 4 rounds to go to decide the winner here. There you are. As I say, it wasn't too easy to land in close. Round 9 then. Ernesto Hoost from Holland, and that one's slightly low. Don't exaggerate, Rick. Slightly low. And referee tells Hoost not to give him any back chat. Well, Hoost on the attack now. He's going to get no favours at all from the referee, and I doubt if he'll get too many from the judges either. Well, it's so far a good round for the Dutchman in the red. Well, the referee now having a go at everything that moves and breathes. And I don't know the problem here. It looks like Rick Roufus doesn't want to continue. He's going to, though. Well, I don't know what that was about, I'm sorry. Looked like he was trying to quit. Nice right from Hoost. Well, a good attack from Roufus. Roufus having his moments in this ninth round, but not enough of them, I don't think. This looks like Hoost is going to take this ninth. Yep, I've given it to him. So 4 rounds to 3 and 2 even so far. This one looks to be in favour of the defending champion Roufus. Nice left hand from Roufus. Round 10 then. 3 rounds to go, including this one. Well, Hoost now coming on strongly. He really does fancy this. And Roufus is going to have to fight like fury to hang on to his titles. Clash of feet. I'm sure this referee is Bobby Ball. Well, it's a pretty dour struggle now. Hard fight. It's some very tough action. Well, Roufus might just be getting his second wind. He'll need it. Lovely side kick there. Well, he's just gone over from the weight of his own kick. No problem, but it's hard work to drag yourself up at this point. You're looking at 2 tired men. Well, that looks to be a pretty level round, the 10th. So, still got the American just 1 round in front with 2 remaining. And it's getting tougher by the second, this. Lovely side kick to the ribs there from Hoost.
Time, friend. Later on, I mean, you could have done better. Now is the time. You want it? All you have to do, go on there. Beat the jet man. Beat the jet man. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Well, they know it's close.
Finish up with the jab and everything.
Oh, nice punches from Roufus. Oh, and suddenly Hoost comes back. Good work on the inside from Roufus. And once again, Ernesto Hoost finds a bit of space to do some good work. Needs to turn Roufus on the ropes, leave him floundering. Well, the action in this 11th round has swung back and forth, but overall looks just like Roufus might have the edge. Good punches. Too tired now to throw a decent kick. And Roufus now really going to town. Good round, and there wasn't too much in it with 30 to go, but looks like Roufus has got his nose in front. Five rounds to 3. I've got it, with 11 gone and 3 even. Lovely left hand in replay from Roufus. And I've got Ernesto Hoost needing this last round in a big way to affect the scoring on this one. Really psyching themselves up.
You're the champ. Don't let this guy take over. Let's go. You're the champ. Let's go. You're the champ.
So the 12th and last round. And it could all be on this. It's been a close one. But I've got Roufus a couple of rounds clear going into this. And as expected, a barnstorming round from Roufus. And Ernesto Hoost might just be ruining one day, having let Roufus get away with winning the early rounds as clearly as he did. I, in fact, didn't give Hoost a round till the 6th, although he had a share of a few of them, I thought. Oh. Well, now there's no doubt that Roufus is going to win this last round too. This is good stuff now. Oh. Well, timeout. What's happened here? Can you see the doctor? Or is it all over? Is a cut appeared on Hoost's right eye? Well, now, big finish coming in from Roufus. Been a good one to watch this. And looks like the ISKA light heavyweight title is safe in the hands of the American. The bell's gone. It's all over. Well, he came in with a mean eyeball and has gone out champion, I think, still. Well, I've got that 118.5, 117. Well, Rupert retains his title. That was interesting. And I've got that 6 rounds to 3 and 3 even in favour of the American Nick Rupert. A good effort there of the last half of the fight from Ernesto Hoost from Holland.